Razor Jones here, man. About to play a little quick game of Madden. Really need to be having my ass in bed because I'm kind of tired, but I feel like losing tonight, so let's see what happens.
The NFL is on EA Sports, and we are in Silicon Valley at Levi Stadium in Santa Clara. The scene a short time ago, this crowd, they love their 49ers, and they were in full roar as their guys burst out of the locker room. And we're ready for football as the 49ers get set to do battle with the Minnesota Vikings. Dan Bailey now to put the ball in the air, and we are underway from Santa Clara. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line.
The Niners take over first and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Chilling player, chilling player.
Here we go. 180. Check, check. Watch me before. Watch me before. 6 man. Check curls. Check curls. Check curls.
Bro, the Niners are actually straight on here, man. That defense is solid.
After the fake give to Breida. Flush to his right. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. A bad start there. A big loss on their first play from scrimmage. It's second down from the 32 now. Here's first and 10. Now the Georgia Southern man is
I actually normally play with Pittsburgh, man, but they got us rated so low on them now, man, since we've lost a lot of games. But
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter,
I think we still got a shot though, bro. A lot gotta happen though.
On second down, a run with Breida. And he'll be tackled just past the 35 at the 36.
All right, Brad, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
An extra defender in the secondary for the Vikings here on third down. Working from the gun, Garoppolo escaping the pressure right. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Eric Kendricks. Oh, not a...
Already.
Good omen there. His first throw of the afternoon, intercepted.
And I know what the fans are thinking right now. I hope there's not negative thoughts in his head going forward since that's his first throw of the game. But one of the things I remember about him coming out of school is he's able to wipe things away pretty easily and move on.
The first carry now for Dalvin Cook. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
On 2nd and 9, Cousins. And that
damn it,
be
Diggs. You had that.
A lot of contact, no call, and it's third down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
The first down line at the 34 here on third down. Play fake. Cousins. Open man is Thielen. It's complete. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. A well-executed 22-yard gain. Draw play. Cousins to Cook. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. Back-to-back nice plays. 12 yards that time and a first down.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues,
it's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Dalvin Cook there to make the grab. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. And he knew he was going to take a shot in the pocket. He did, but he also found a way to get it into the end zone.
And that has to ease the pain a little bit of the shot he took, didn't it? Being able to throw it into the end zone for a touchdown.
Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line.
Let's go. Take over first and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. They had the interception last time. It led to the opening touchdown. So now 7-0 to score as they start first and 10. Meanwhile, here a run on first down really backfires as he's going to be brought down well behind the line of scrimmage. That'll go as a loss of 5. And it'll make this a 2nd and long.
Here we go. Wait, 80!
Hey, me and you all day.
11.
I'm coming after you. Show it up. Mike's 50.
Garoppolo looks to throw. That's complete to a speedy wideout Goodwin. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 15 yards on the play, first down. So from the 36 now, first and 10. On first down, here's Breida. Now that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's second down.
Running the ball, you gotta hit them. You gotta hit them lanes just
After
right.
One, 7-0 on EA Sports.
That's tough,
the 49ers with the football here to begin the second quarter, as they've got it second down and 11.
Here we go. 180!
And he fires one that's intercepted.
That's pick 6 right there.
The former first-rounder Trey Waynes. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Well, we know this defense has athleticism. Spots like that prove us right.
I love the way that you spotlighted the athleticism, because you and I both know the best athletes on the field, they play on defense.
I don't know. I was a kicker. You got to remember that now.
Come on.
Fine. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
The Niners take over first and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Here we go.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down. Okay, now I want to revisit what we were doing earlier, contender versus pretender. We did the AFC. Let's rock the NFC here. Starting with the New York Giants.
Pretender, but much improved.
Okay, NFC North. How about the Vikings?
Contender, no doubt about it.
Carolina in the South, what do you think there?
Contender and ascending.
Okay, and quarterback play has become a good thing for them. Finally, out west, how about the Arizona Cardinals?
Pretender. The division's just way too tough. There are 3 teams better than them.
Go ahead.
Garoppolo gives to Breida. He's got a first down and much more inside the 20. And he's going to get it all the way down to the 10-yard line. 2 chunk plays in a row. The last one was over 20 yards, and so is this one.
They're making it look easy out there. Another first down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 first downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success. He finds McKinnon, complete. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. From 10 yards out, as they are now on the board here in the first half. See, it seemed like they were so focused on the guys out wide, they forgot about him out of the backfield.
That's a really good point because you've got to communicate, and oftentimes when you start counting receivers, that's exactly what you do. You start from the widest receiver, work your way inside. Who gets lost sometimes? The back in the backfield. That's exactly what happened there.
And he got into the end zone. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked. But you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. Once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10.
Push him back. Push him back.
Play action now. Cousins. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down.
And it is true. You can draft the fastest. You can draft the most athletic guys. But if they don't know the art of positioning, sometimes it's all for naught. In this case, in the right spot, help force the incompletion.
Yeah, but had his hands on it for a second. Would have been a tough catch, though. Falls incomplete.
Okay, he didn't break that one all the way, but you got to know that he feels like he's right on the verge, and that's probably exactly what he's telling them in the huddle right now.
So on 4th down, Britton Colquitt on the punt. The speedster Dante Pettis back deep to return. This will be fielded at the 17. 51 yards on the punt there. And the Niners will go on offense. 1st and 10.
Here we go.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
This is Breida. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 12 yards there and a 1st down.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
Once again, they run with Breida on 1st down. Pushing through the contact. And he's got it across the midfield stripe and into Viking territory. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. From just shy of midfield, Garoppolo. 20. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. 39 yards there, a big one. A chance now to get even before the break as they come up 1st and goal. Out of the shotgun, Breida. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. He'll get 2 out of that run, and it's going to bring up a 2nd and goal. Defensively, pretty good start there with their backs against the wall.
That's a win for the stock troops right there. And if I'm them, I get a little bolder now. They won the first battle.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Anthony Barr comes rumbling in for the sack. Now San Francisco going to call their second timeout as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play.
Here we go.
After the sack, 3rd and goal now from the 12.
21.
Looking to throw. Garoppolo looking to complete it to Pettis, and he's got him. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. So Garoppolo off. Coming on is the veteran Robbie Gould for the 49er field goal. This is a fairly straightforward 22-yard short attempt. So the 3 points here, they're still down, but they put somewhat of a dent into that lead going into the break.
Anything helps when you're trying to chip away at a lead, but they do know that they're going to need a little bit better effort in the second half.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And this return net's positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. We're under 20 seconds to go in the half. I'm guessing the wise play here is be safe.
That is the wise play, because if you think about trying to fool them here, here's what you're facing. You're facing a loosened up secondary, playing a lot deeper than normal. So even if you run some type of misdirection, you're only going to fool them for a second or so. And guess what? They're so deep, they're really not going to be out of position. Take the knee, get to the locker room.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. That's complete to the receiver, Thielen. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. And this offense going to elect to burn a timeout with 5 seconds remaining in quarter number 2. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. And now we'll get a late timeout as it comes in the waning moments of quarter number 2. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Cousins gives way to Cook. The Vikings going to use their 3rd and final timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break.
1 second,
and
man.
we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gordon, set and ready to rock for the 3rd quarter. The Vikings have to like their position. They've got the lead. They get this football as well as we are back and underway for the second half. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ballgame.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt.
Oh, man, that could have been about 10 yards. He's standing there tap dancing behind the line.
Down here at the 28. Still about 3 yards shy of a first as the 4-yard pickup brings it to 3rd down. A toss to Cook. Space to maneuver at the 40. And all the way down to the 25-yard line. And finally they get him to the ground, but it's all the way down at the Niners' 25-yard line. So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10 at the 25-yard line. They run. Cook. They had the huge play last time. Here it is a much smaller gain of 2.
Looks like they're establishing a pretty good pattern here because they've been very heavy in the running game on the last 4 plays.
Yeah, you took the words right out of my mouth. So far, 4 plays in this drive, all 4 on the ground. On second down, Cook. And able to get about 3 as he's taken down right at the 20.
That's a really good job right there. Just kept stringing that play out, pushing him further and further towards the sideline. Really good fundamentals by that defense.
He was trying to put his foot in the ground and turn upfield. He just couldn't.
No, they really had a picket fence in front of him. No room to find to get upfield.
Cousins now. And that's knocked away and incomplete.
I thought that was pick 6.
I think that was a good job there defensively. They did allow him to drive all the way downfield, but once they got their backs to the goal line, they really turned up the pressure.
Yeah, they let him get all the way down here. Now the field shrinks. They've struggled to convert, and that last incompletion brings up 4th. So that's a 7-play drive that ultimately stalls out there at the end.
Yeah, things were a little leaky in the beginning on that drive, weren't they? But how about the front 7? As they got closer to their goal line, things stiffened a little bit, forced the field goal.
This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what? Now a loose football. Coleman
That's what I've been waiting on. That's what I've been waiting on. To the half.
And yes, sir. Bring this one back. It's a fumble return, a scoop and score for the Vikings.
Yeah, I love them defensive touchdowns.
This was a close game. They needed a little breathing room. Boy, they got it right there on that return for a touchdown.
Yeah, we would say that this could be huge. Forget it. It was huge. Gave him a comfortable lead.
I love that his stick when it connect, man. I've been missing all game, man.
And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. This is fielded a couple yards deep.
Yeah,
and all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And they weren't on the sidelines for long, but I'll tell you what, I'm glad you and I weren't down there. We could hear them, the coaches from all the way up here. They were adamant, you've got to hold on to the football or else we have no hope.
Yeah, it's easy for me to laugh sitting up here, but you're exactly right. If we were down there, that message would have been received a whole different way. Because turnovers, they've been a big problem for them. Got to take care of the football. Got to hold on to it.
Under a minute to go in this third quarter as they come up 1st and 10. Eluding the pressure right. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. 2nd down. Well, we got a second. Let's look ahead to Week 7 and what's on the slate. Things start out Thursday night. Kansas City at Denver, divisional battle.
Suddenly an interesting game. Kansas City having lost their last 2, and Denver now playing defense as we expected. But how about the NFL 100 game of the week? Oakland at Green Bay, a rematch of Super Bowl II.
Also have New Orleans at Chicago and Philly visiting Dallas on Sunday night.
That is a huge one in the NFC East.
Yeah, both teams 3-3. The winner will have the lead in that division. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Yeah, you're right.
A shotgun snap for Garoppolo. Flushed out right.
Yes, sir.
And eventually taken down here. Great coverage downfield. The sack by big number 98, Linval Joseph. Here comes the 49ers punter now as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. And he fields it cleanly. Nearly a huge return, as it is. Still a very good one. 24 yards. And the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10. Good starting field position for the Vikings as they have it 1st and 10. Here's Cook as they begin on the ground. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Back now here in Santa Clara. It's the Vikings in possession of the football and the lead. They'll be looking to add to that total as we begin quarter number 4. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. To throw is Cousins. And Rudolph has it, the tight end. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. 39 yards the distance covered on the catch and run. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. A 10th carry in the game for Cook. The tackle by Eric Armstead.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
Under 4 to go now as the clock runs, and they come up on 2nd down. That one into the hands of Thielen, complete. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. It's a 1st down on a gain of 10. A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal. Cousins now to throw on 1st down. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down.
Oh, so man. I hit the wrong damn button.
They're down here in the 4th, and that personal foul penalty is not going to help.
No, in these types of situations, players will tell you that's extra intensity.
Yeah, man. I hit the wrong damn button.
It's actually frustration. Not a good play.
They'll run for it with Cook. And he will take this one into the end zone for a Viking touchdown. Dalvin Cook, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Vikings are going to widen that advantage. Bailey got the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
Come on, 11.
They stay on the ground. Again, it's Breida. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Call it no gain that time as it's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 3 to go. They'll try to pick this up on the ground with Breida. And he's going to be taken down here still a couple yards short of the 1st. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave him with a 4th down.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
They run for it with Breida. They'll have a 1st down past the 40. He's at the 40, the 20, 10, touchdown, 49ers. Matt Breida. 74 yards. And the 49ers get a score closer. And that run massively increased his production in this game. And
he got a good edge block around the corner.
And break out your calculator, partner, because his yards per carry went up significantly, right? Big-time jaunt all the way to the end zone.
After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. Very short kick. This will be taken by one of the up men. And they'll be set up with good field position here as he gets this up over the 40-yard line.
Now, that's the kind of return you're looking for. To get to that spot on the field, that allows you to do a lot of things on offense.
Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10. They start the drive with Cook. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. Whistles now in a timeout defensively. So a wise move as they'll use the first of their timeouts to force one more play before the 2-minute warning. Throwing on 2nd and 14. Cousins. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. They've got a third down now as they look for one more first down to help salt this one away. And they will get this across midfield, but still well short of the first as he's dropped at the 46. And quickly we're going to get another stop here with 1:54 left as they call the timeout defensively. Colquitt on to kick as he sends it away. And great special teams work here. This is knocking on the door of the 5. They'll spot it at the 6-yard line.
Well, someone's going to be happy with that effort. You know who else is going to be happy? His defense.
Absolutely.
He's created a very long field for that offense to try to traverse.
And he got some help from Mr. Football there, checking up nicely. Good English on that punt. Here's a throw, complete right side to start things out. And he takes this just about a yard shy of the 20. Now Garoppolo. Flush to his right. He's going to let it fly. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's second down. Definitely desperation time. This just looks like, hey, throw it down there. Hope that your guy can make a play.
You want him to make a play, but if not, maybe you get a pass interference call. And you know in the NFL, that's a spot foul. You get all that yardage. That would be a big play.
And yet again, it's Garoppolo. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete. The former Pro Bowl linebacker Anthony Barr there to jar it free.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on first down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on first down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up second down.
Now a deep ball there on second down, but it'll wind up incomplete. He was looking that time for Dante Pettis, but now it'll be third down. Tried to go for the big one there on second down. Now they're likely down to their final 2 plays.
And you know they've got to keep going for the big shot, right? So defensively, you play what they call top down. Nothing behind you. Make everything get completed in front.
And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. And now the Niners going to signal for their third and final timeout as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. From the gun, it's Garoppolo. Now a desperation throw. And this is intercepted. And that should do it. Xavier Rhodes with a pick. The Red Sea parts, and there he goes. And he's going to score. It's a Viking touchdown. And that one will pretty much erase any hopes of a fourth quarter comeback.
With emphasis, interception, return for touchdown. Door closed, locked, reinforced.
Extra point up and good by Bailey. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful.
That defense really just bailed me out.
This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been had he simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride.
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. Charles, we saw a lot of points go up in this one. Certainly defensively, stuff that they can look at on film, don't you think?
No doubt about it. And they've got to go back and check where the errors are, how they're going to fix them, and continue to get better at what they do. But they also need a little adjustment with their confidence. To give up that many points, even if you win a game, that can hurt you.
So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. With that, we say so long from Santa Clara.
I ain't sleep as hell, so I ain't gonna run there another game. I'm gonna take my happy lucky ass to sleep. Get up tomorrow, do the same thing again. Let's get it. Boy, Harris Jones, man. Over and out. Yeah.